Hey guys, it's Andrea, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be doing a leathering tutorial. Starting off with the materials, you can pretty much use any brush pen. My personal favorites are the Tombow dual brush pens. They also have the Tombow Fudenosuke available for smaller leathering, but you can really use any brush pen you have available. Here are some other recommendations: the Sig Brushables and the Pentel Sign pens. The next step is to start practicing your basic strokes. First off, I want to show you the tip of a brush pen. As you can see, it has a very pointy end and starts getting wider as you get nearer to the pen barrel. This allows you to make different widths when making lines. First off, the downstrokes. This is every time your pen goes downwards. And for this, you have to apply a bit of pressure while keeping the pen at an angle to make sure you get a wider stroke. And here I'm just showing you from a different point of view, just so you can see how I hold my pen at an angle. The next step is to practice upstrokes, which means every time you go up with your pen. And for this, you have to do the opposite of a downstroke, which means applying no pressure. Make sure to do this slowly. Here I made the video a little bit faster so it wouldn't be too long. But it just takes a lot of practice, and these two strokes are the basis of all leathering. And make sure that you also practice in different angles, because you'll definitely be using it throughout your leathering. The next step is to combine both upstrokes and downstrokes into a single movement. And for this, I'm making this sort of U shape. Make sure to go slowly and remember to add pressure when you go down and use no pressure when you go up. And next, I'll be making a very similar stroke, just at this time I will be making two curves. Make sure again to go slowly, to add pressure when you go down and no pressure when you go up. And I know that this is not the most exciting part of leathering, but it's very important that you take your time to practice all of these strokes, as they will be the base for all leathering. The next step is to make a circle using the same pressure when you go down and no pressure when you go up. And all of these shapes that I'm doing right now are super useful to just practice all of the different movements you'll have to make while leathering. And next, I'll be making this sort of curve. I don't really know how to call it, but you basically go first with an upstroke and then do a downstroke. And this is really used in lots of leathers like the H, the V, so it's really important to practice it. And the last one is this sort of curved downstroke. And once that you have practiced all of this until you feel comfortable, it's time to move on to the next step, which is the actual leathers. And right now, I'm just gonna be leathering all of the alphabet. Please do keep in mind that the video is a little bit sped up so I could fit it all in. But remember that it's really important to take your time while leathering. And throughout all of those leathers, I'm using the same technique as I used in the first strokes. So it's no pressure to make thin upstrokes and pressure to make thicker downstrokes. Another reminder is that anytime that you feel like you need to, you can pick up your pen and do a different stroke. You don't have to complete the same leather in one single stroke. And this is something that has really helped me as a lefty, because sometimes I just really need to adjust the angle to make sure that I won't be smudging any of the leathers. Now, if you feel like you need a little bit of an extra hand, I have these hand leathering worksheets that I made using my own leathering. These are available in my Etsy shop, and you can find the link in the description and use code YouTube10 to get 10% off. And these worksheets include both uppercase and lowercase full alphabets, as well as some symbols so you can just trace over the letters and practice. And I know it's not a lot of fun to just make lots of individual strokes and letters, but practicing, in my opinion, is key to finally getting comfortable with your lettering and developing your own style. So even though you might feel like tired of just doing the same letters, practice will elevate your lettering to a whole nother level. And a small tip for my fellow leftists is just to practice using the paper and pen at different angles and positions until you find one that you feel comfortable in, as well as you minimize smudging. As you can see, I have a pretty weird pen grip, but it's really what makes me comfortable and has helped me gain more control of my pen. And once again, all leathering is summed up in the same technique. When you go down, you apply pressure so the pen makes a wider stroke, and when you go up, you apply no pressure to make a thinner stroke. And this, you will be using it all throughout your leathering journey, so be sure to always keep in mind. It's also really important to try to keep a consistent pressure while you're doing both of the strokes, so your leathering looks neater. But if at first it doesn't look like this, don't worry, it comes with a lot of practice and time. And now it's finally time to put all of those letters together and make words. And there are two different main approaches to this, and the first one is just straight lettering. So for this, all of your letters are aligned in the same baseline, and I'm showing this in blue. And next, my personal favorite is bouncy lettering. And for this, you don't follow the same baseline, and you can try different angles for your letters. And this is pretty much all of the information you need to get started in the world of lettering. Be sure to get lots and lots of practice, and please do not get frustrated if it doesn't look so neat at the first tries. My lettering took years and years of practice to get to this point, and it's really important just to stay consistent and always enjoy what you're doing. I'll definitely be making a part 2 of the lettering series where I just show you some drop shadows and different cool tricks to make your lettering pop. But for now, just keep practicing the basics of lettering. And do not give up. I really hope that you liked this video, and if you did, be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time. Bye!